So, today's lesson is on subtraction strategies. On Monday, we did addition strategies, and today we're going to look at subtraction strategies. So, the strategies are similar, but obviously, we're doing the opposite thing. So, remember, you can pause the video and rewind at any point to watch over a strategy several times. I am going to go through 2-digit options and 3 digits because I have set four different tasks for you to choose from based on how confident you feel you are with subtracting, as I know a lot of you do find it that little bit trickier than addition. Okay, hope you find this video helpful. So the first strategy that I'm going to look at is the one that you're most familiar with, and that is the column method. So first of all, I'm going to look at column method without what we call exchanging. So if we had, for example, the number 37 take away 22. Column method, as you know, is also known as the split method because you're splitting the tens and the ones and dealing with them separately. So 7 take away 2 is 5 and 30 take away 20 is 10. So our answer is 15, and we worked that out by taking away the ones first and then taking away the tens. Now that is very straightforward. Let me show you what we would do if it was 100. So let's say it was 437 take away 222. So the same thing, 7, 10, because now we have hundreds. 7 take away 2 is 5. 30 take away 20 is 10. And now we've got hundreds. 400 take away 200 we know is 200. But when the column method gets a bit tricky, when the digits at the top are of a higher value than the digits at the bottom. So let me show that for you. So let's say we had the number 52 and we wanted to take away 37. Now this time we are having to take 2 away from 7, which we can't do. If you had 2 cookies and you wanted to give a friend 7, you couldn't do that. You couldn't physically do that, okay? So if you like the column method, and please only use this if you fully understand why this happens. Now I'm going to explain why. In order to use the column method when the number at the top is of a smaller value, we need to do what we call exchanging. So we can take a 10 from the 50. So 50 take away 10 is 40. Now please remember, the reason it's a 4 is because it's in the tens column. Okay, 4 tens, 40. So that becomes 40, and we're going to move this 10 over to the ones. So now we have the number 12, which is a much bigger number. So now we can do 12 take away 7, which is 5. And now remember, we exchanged the 10, put it over. Some people refer this to borrowing, but I don't really like the term borrowing because we don't give it back, so there's no point in calling it borrowing. But we took a 10 from, I guess we stole a 10 from the 50. So that's now 40, remember. So now we're doing 40 take away 30, which gives us 15. Now I'll show you why that is using hundreds, tens and ones. If you're unsure what we're doing here, I will show you using the hundreds, tens and ones. Okay, you'll see here I have the number 52 in our tens and ones. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. So that makes 50. Remember, in each rod we have 10 little cubes stuck together. Okay, so one rod equals 10 and we have 5 of them. So we have 50 and then we have 2 little cubes, so 52. Now if I want to take away 37, I can take away 30 easily, but it's really hard for me to take away 7. So what I can do is I can exchange a 10 for 10 ones. I can take away 37 now. I can take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I can take away, so I've taken away 7, and I can now take away 30, okay? And look, I have 50 left. So that's another way of doing it. If you have anything at home that you could use to be a 10, and if you have any bits of pasta or dice or anything that you could use that could act as a 1, even bits of Lego, so you could have a long bit of Lego and then smaller bits of Lego to help with that. Okay, please rewind that again for you to, if you're still not quite sure. So let me show you the column method if we have hundreds. So let's say it was 532 take away 278. So if you want to use the column method, you need to do 2 take away 8, which we cannot do, so we're going to have to exchange from the tens. 20 becomes 30. We move that 10 over there. Now we have 12. 12 take away 8, as we know, is 4. Now we've got 20 here. And we can't do 20 take away 7. Sorry, 20 take away 70. We can't do that. So we're going to have to now exchange from the hundreds. So 500 becomes 400, and we move that 100 over there. Now please remember, this isn't 12, okay, because it's a 100 and 2 tens, so it's 120, okay? If you think you're going to forget, you could put that on the end. 120 take away 70 is 50. And then we have 400 take away 200 is 200. Now again, I can show you that with the hundreds, tens and ones. So here you can see I have the number 500s. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hundreds. Remember, one of these has 10 tens, so that's 100, or 100 little cubes, and 30, so we've got 3 tens, 2. Okay, so if I wanted to take away 278, I can easily take away 200, but I'm going to struggle to take away the 78. So again, we can exchange. I can take one of the tens and exchange it for 10 little cubes. And I can now take away 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can now exchange one of the hundreds for 10 tens. So now I can take away 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I've still to take away 200. So you'll see that I am left with 254, which was our answer because I had to exchange there. So if you think you're going to find that using the column method a bit tricky when you have to exchange, when the number at the top is smaller, I would suggest to use the left to right method, because that allows you to see exactly what is happening. It does take a bit longer, but it is much clearer. So I'm going to do it first of all with a simpler version. So let's just remind ourselves, our first step is we deal with the tens. So 40 take away 20 equals 20. Then our second step, we are dealing with the 1. So 8 take away 2 equals 6. Now, this is the part that some people get confused with. When we use the left to right method, you always need to add the numbers together to get your final answer. We don't take away again because we've already done the subtracting. We've subtracted 20 from 40. We've subtracted 2 from 6. So now we need to add these answers together to find out what you have in total. So the answer is 26. So always remember, in your final step, you're adding the numbers together. Now remember, if you're dealing with hundreds, that would be your first step. So 500 in this example, 500 take away 300 equals 200. 40 take away 20 equals 20. 8 take away 2 equals 6. And remember, in the fourth step, as I said, you then add them all together. So 200 plus 20 plus 6, which gives you 226. That would be your final answer. So if we want to do 34 take away 9, we could do 34 take away 10, which gives us 24. Now we've taken away 1 too many, so we need to add that 1 back on, which gives us 25. So by taking away 10 and adding 1 back on, we have in total taken away 9. So let me show you that with another one. 45 take away 18. If we did 45 take away 20, which gives us 25. We have taken away 2 too many, so we need to add that 2 back on, which gets us 27. I'll show you one with the hundreds. So let's say we had 567 take away 199. We could do 567 take away 200, which gives us 367. Add 1 back on, which gives us 360. 68. And the last method I'm going to show you is the jump method. So the overjump method is where you take away more than you're meant to. The jump method is essentially where you take away in steps. So if I had the number, if I had the sum 45 take away 17, I could do 45, I could take away 5, which gets me to 40. I could take away 10, which gets me to 30. So I've taken away 15, I've still got 2 more to take away, which gets me to 28. So you've taken away 17, but you've done it in 3 jumps to make it a little bit easier for yourself. Let me show you another one. Let's do 63 take away 34. So I could do 63, I could take away 3, which gets me to 60. I could take away 30, which gets me to 30. And so in total I've taken away 33 so far. 1 more to take away gets me to 29. And I'll show you one more in the hundreds. So let's say I had 136 take away 49. We do 136 take away 6 gets me to 130. Take away 30 gets me to 100. Oh, I'm going to run out of room. Take away another 10, which gets me to 90. and then take away 3, which gets me to 87. So you've taken away 6, then 30, then 10, then 3. So in total, you've taken away 49. You've just done it in 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. You can use as many steps as you need to take it away.